Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday morning. It's 10 o'clock, and I'm Connie Myers. So it must be to 70 and beyond. I hope your Saturday's off to a really fabulous start. I had a lot to celebrate this last week, and I'm so grateful for all the different people in my life. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to let me take this part down and put this part up. I'm going to talk a little bit more today about my friend Cheryl Knowlton's book, I'm Half Crazy. I covered a little bit of it a week before last, but this week we're going to talk about chapters 6 through 10. And she is talking about celebrating milestones, which is the perfect opportunity for me to talk about how important it is to celebrate all of your successes. She said when I was writing my first book, Bird the Hamster Wheel, in 2019, I got to the point where the whole project was messy. I had two different editors helping me, and the time had come for me to grind it out on my own. So I did, even though I didn't want to do this work. Now I needed some serious motivation. So what is it in your life that creates motivation for you? And I'm going to talk about mine here in a second. I sat down with my iPhone and turned on the stopwatch feature. I timed myself for every minute I actually worked on the book. I gave myself $1 toward my purse for every minute I worked. I became, the more I worked, the more momentum kicked in, and the more excited I became about getting closer and closer to my red purse. Every time I look at the red Kate Spade purse, it is like carrying the medal with me for overcoming something that was very hard. Well, as you've heard me talk about this last year, I've actually been working really, really hard on my crisis knowledge management certification program. And it came out 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, rather. It was launched. But this last week, I was able to talk about a very big celebration milestone, and that is that my company, CCAM Solutions Group, is now a premier partner with Exit Realty International. And I could not be more honored that they are promoting the certification to their agents and their leadership. I've had some incredible conversations with some of the people on their team this week, and so that's a big celebration for me. But it didn't happen just all of a sudden. I had to celebrate all kinds of little successes along the way, like completing the first course, then completing the second course, then completing the third course, then the fourth course, then the consumer course, then the consumer book. All of those were milestones, and all of those were things that brought me closer to the realization of the certification being made available. So find whatever celebration you need to do today. Celebrate your successes from this last week. The next chapter, she talks about visualize your success. In 2019, when I was coming down the hard home stretch toward the finish line of completing the courses necessary to attain my dream goal, she became a national speaker, certified speaker with the National Speakers Association. I regularly visualized what that medal would feel like, how heavy it would be around my neck, and how I would feel knowing that I accomplished this lofty goal. So I talk all the time, and you've heard me talk on this all the time about celebrating, and then also about visualizing what it is that you want. So what I do is I have a vision that is like a 3-year vision out, a 1-year vision out, and then each day I visualize what it is that I want for the end of the day to look like. And she talks exactly what I talk about. You want to sensorize it. What does it feel like? What's it taste like? What's it smell like? What's it look like? All of the senses. Put that into the affirmation you're going to create for the end of the day. I'm so happy and grateful of that. And whatever it is that whatever your goal is, to accomplish that. So find a way to visualize and write it down. Also, record it into your phone. There's no better meditation than your own vision you have for yourself. Her next chapter, she talks about be inspired and inspire others. You know, that's one of my greatest joys is watching other people succeed and helping and supporting them along the journey. My goal for the certification of having 30 million more Americans better prepared for disasters than they are today in 5 years. It's a very lofty goal, but I know I will reach it because I'm supporting others in what their endeavors, and their in turn, they are supporting me. So this is more than just a course. It's more than just a desire. It is a movement. We are going to help 30 million people become more prepared in 5 years. She says, inspiration is contagious. I love teaching and living and serving as a cheerleader for all agents and brokers, whether they work for themselves or as a sole proprietor in a small independent company or a behemoth international franchise like Exit Realty International. I have created a world where I can love and serve everyone, inspiring others and cheering them on to personal and professional victories. That is what I am hoping for and what my vision is for Crisis Knowledge Management Certification. Celebrate the successes of others around you. So it's just as important to celebrate the successes of others as it is to celebrate the successes of your own. In the 9th chapter, she talks about don't miss the bus. I almost missed the bus with the certification because I was ready to quit. In April of 2019, I was already looking at tiny houses in Bend, Oregon. I'd already reached out to my realtor to say I wanted to sell my house and I wanted some comps. I was already planning the move. How quickly could I sell everything that I have that I need to be able to make it into a tiny house? And what can I do to move forward? When I went to a meeting, and you've heard me talk about this, Kirsten Joe Shields, she put her finger in my face when I told her I was quitting and said, "You are not quitting." And it was when I came home that afternoon and I had that fleeting thought of, I wonder what the hell that time with FEMA and a FEMA training that I did, what did that have to do with anything that I'm doing today? And it was 2 weeks later, I got the email from the California Association of Realtors saying, these are course topics we're looking for, and one of them was disasters. Look where I am. It's a year and a half now. Look where it is now. It's not just it was going to be just a little 3-hour course. It's now a whole certification that's going to change the world. It's going to save lives. It's going to save lots of money and protect property. So what better gift? And I would never have taken that gift. I almost missed the bus. I almost got off before it was time. Thank God I had somebody in my life that saved me. She says, first of all, waiting until the very last minute to accomplish anything important in life is a very poor strategy. She almost did miss the bus, the shuttle bus for one of her races. And it was picking them up in a different location. She was the last person on the last bus. So she also goes on to say, another important takeaway from this story is that some opportunities come once. We either jump on the bus or we miss it. I bet you that you've had something in your life that you wish you would have done that you didn't do. You missed the bus. How would that change your life? But now what's the lesson? What is the crystalline moment in that? Well, the first one is don't miss the bus. If you feel it strongly about something, as I did about disasters, then do something about it. Take that first step and make it happen, whatever that happens to be in your life. To make certain we don't miss the bus of our lives, we need to plan our days carefully. So planning our days starts with a vision. It starts with where you are and what you have right now. So what is the vision for your Saturday? What is it that you want to accomplish? I have a very busy Saturday. I'm looking forward to doing some more videoing and some other things that I have to accomplish today. Many opportunities once lost cannot be restored. So this coming Tuesday on November 17th at noon Pacific time, I am jumpstarting my certification by providing a free gift of a webinar. It's called Disasters Preparedness 101. And I'm going to talk with everybody about how to go about being prepared because most people don't know how to take that first step. And so you need to be able to do that. Her 10th chapter is called Be Your Own Hero. What is it that you can do to be your own hero? The first thing you can do is know how you talk to yourself. If you are being a Debbie Downer with yourself, you got to change that. I used to do that for years. I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't think I was worthy enough. I didn't think I had enough money. I didn't think I could do this or that. I now know what I can accomplish. I know what I am capable of. And it's way more than I ever dreamt possible. And that's because of the work that I've done to vision. So what is a statement? What is a positive statement that you can say to yourself today that will help you to move forward toward your dreams and your visions? She says, I know for a fact that mine stems from my childhood. I was born to unwed parents who were too young to marry. Thank God they made a wise decision to give me up for adoption. When I was 6 years old, I was adopted by the sweetest, most fabulous parents on the planet who had been dreaming of having a child for 13 years. As their only child, I was the center of their beautiful universe. Unfortunately, for my adopted father and me, shortly before my 5th birthday, my adopted mother, who was an absolute angel, literally became one when she suddenly passed away after a short but brutal fight with a massive brain tumor. My poor dad, completely distraught at the loss of my mother, made a series of poor decisions, including marrying a woman who detested children. Throughout my childhood, I looked everywhere for heroes. On many a dark night, I had to be my own hero. So maybe you've had something drastic in your life that's happened to you that helps to put you in that Debbie Downer spot. But find the gift, find the crystalline moment gift and opportunity in that, because it's always there. And then celebrate that. Celebrate that. Start with where you are and what you have right now to take that first step. And yes, Tracy, this is a movement. And I could not be more proud of the fact that you're going to be a part of it. So this week, I want you to really think about what it is that you can do to step into the life that you would love to live. And it all starts with looking inside to yourself. What is it that I'm passionate about? What is it that I can do? What's the first step I can take to step into that passion? It could be a passion that's going to take years, or it could be a passion that you can start tomorrow. Whatever that is, whatever that first step is, you take that first step. And when you do that, I promise you, the next step will show up, and each step will be a little bit easier than the one before. So take this week. Next week, we're going to be taking the next 5 chapters. Cheryl, I can't tell you how much I love this little book. I've got it all marked up. Anyway, so please have a beautiful week, and I'll see you next week, and we'll be talking a little bit more about I'm half crazy. And no, Cheryl, you're not half crazy. So I love you all. Have a beautiful week, and I will talk to you soon. Hopefully, I will see you on Tuesday. I'll put the link to the webinar information in the comments so you can have it. But please join me on Tuesday at noon Pacific time, and we will talk about how to help you be prepared. And when you're being prepared for disasters, you're also preparing for your life. So join me. Talk to you soon. Bye now. You be safe too, Tracy. Bye-bye.